This video will go over how to submit files to the FUDSChem library. Whenever electronic data is submitted to FUDSChem, the supporting hard copy documentation should be uploaded to the library as well as a best practice. Storing hard copy documentation, such as UFP QAPs, boring logs, and lab reports, makes them accessible to anyone involved with the project for years to come. Note that FUDSChem is separate from FUDSDocs. If you are required to submit files to FUDSDocs, you will still need to upload them there. Go to Tools, Library File Submission. Click Upload. Select your file and upload it. In this example, we will upload a laboratory report. Once you have uploaded the file, it will appear in the pending certification grid. You can check to make sure the file uploaded correctly by clicking the title, which will open it in a new tab or allow you to download it, depending on the file type. Click the Notepad icon to edit the file's metadata. This allows you to categorize it and make it easier to find in a library search. As a best practice, the title should follow the recommended naming conventions outlined in the appendix of the FUDSChem user manual. Since this is a lab report, we will set the title to Laboratory Report SDG, followed by the SDG number. The publication date is the day the file was created, not necessarily the day it was uploaded. In this case, that's February 5th, 2017. Permit access to should typically be set to general users. This will allow all users to see the file in the library. File category should match the property, in this case, Camp Richards. Subcategory should reflect the type of document you are uploading. Planning documents would include files such as UFP QAPs and field change requests. Well construction would include well construction diagrams and boring logs. COCs and field logs would include chains of custody and other field forms, such as groundwater logs. Laboratory reports would include lab reports, and data review reports would include validation reports. KML layers would include any KML files associated with the project, which can then be included in Google Earth exports. For more information, please refer to our Google Earth Tutorials playlist, linked in the description. Note that eChem deliverables should generally not be selected as the subcategory, since these files are automatically generated during the data usability assessment. For more information, please refer to our Data Usability Assessment tutorial video, linked in the description. In this case, we will choose Laboratory Reports. Author organization is the organization that created the file. In this case, that's Test America. If you do not see the option you need when you first click the field, you can click the arrow at the bottom to expand the list or start typing the name to find it. If the author organization you need is not in the list at all, please reach out to your Synectics point of contact and we can add it for you. Coverage will usually be the FUDS property, in this case, Camp Richards. Lastly, assign the reviewer. This will depend on the district and file subcategory. Planning documents are typically assigned to the USACE chemist for review. Well construction diagrams, COCs, and field logs are typically assigned to either the USACE chemist or geologist. Laboratory reports are typically uploaded by the lab and assigned to their client, usually the contractor. Data review reports are typically uploaded by the validator and assigned to their client, usually the contractor, for initial review. Once the contractor has approved their subcontractor's work, they will reassign the report to the USACE chemist for final review. KML layers are typically assigned to the USACE geologist. Typically, you should not assign Synectics personnel, EMCX personnel, or yourself as the reviewer, without special permission. Once you have assigned a reviewer, check the box for Notify on Certify. This will send an automated email notification to the reviewer once the file is certified. If the reviewer isn't aware that a file is ready for them, the file may sit in the review queue without being approved. If it isn't approved, then it isn't accessible for the other users to view. Once you have finished filling out the metadata and have selected a reviewer to notify, click Save and Certify. Depending on your permissions, you may or may not see the additional Save, Certify, and Approve button. Once you certify the file, it will move from Pending Certification to Pending Approval. The assigned reviewer will see the file under Pending Approval, though depending on your permissions, you might not be able to see it. If that is the case, you can go to Reports, Library Index Report to confirm the status of your file. Fill out the dropdowns. To see files pending approval, you can adjust the status to show Certified and Ready to Approve items. You could also filter on specific assigned reviewers if you wish. Click View Report. We can see our file is in the list, indicating that it was successfully loaded and certified, and is ready for review. Once the file is approved, it will become accessible from the library menu. Don't forget to subscribe to the FUDSChem YouTube channel for more tutorial videos. All of the tutorials and playlists mentioned during this video are linked in the description below. Lastly, if you have questions or comments, feel free to contact us at fuds.support@synectics.net. Thank you.